Good morning. Well, we're on day 6 now of our sourdough starter. So day 6 has been, the last 24 hours has been quite interesting since I did this. So it's the first time that I've seen quite a dramatic rise. So literally it kind of nearly hit the top of the jar. So that was quite encouraging to see. However, it's not unusual to see kind of big rises in the early stages of the sourdough starter development. Sometimes they can be called, well, anyway, we won't even go into what sometimes can be called. Anyway, safe to say, day 6, what we're going to do today, and I'll get back into the rise and falling after we actually do the job in hand. So day number 6, we are now going to discard. So that rose as high as there. I think you can see the mark on there, and it's dropped back down, but it's still looking very bubbly on the inside. I'll just give you a little squeeze on there, and a little bit liquid as well. And that's kind of telling me that it's fed. It's done its thing. It's used all of the, it's fed from the carbohydrates that we talk about in the flour. It's fed off the flour, and kind of it's now exhausted itself. It's kind of, fed as much as it can, and now it drops back down. That's what happens. So we're going to discard half, roughly half. You don't have to be too. I don't know what I'm putting the scales on for when I don't know how much I'm weighing out. Actually, I can see by how much I take out. How much is there. So I'm going to give it a little stir, and it's literally just going to pour out here. It's just going to pour out. Let's have a little look. So there's about 85 grams or so. Let's give that a little swizz down and see where we are. Tell you what, let's just take 100 grams out. That feels about right. 100 grams out, there we go. So about half removed. Just in case you find, I always like weighing things. It just gives everyone a bit of a ballpark where we're going. Some people don't like fractions, do they? But if it is what it is, that's it's easy to measure on the scales. Right. So today we've discarded half, and we're going to re-energize it by feeding it, and we're going to give it 30 grams of flour. So let's zero the scales. Yeah, we're 8, 17. So all the time we're doing this, it's just getting a bit stronger. It's kind of getting a bit more power behind it, which is exactly what we want. So come day 7, it's kind of reached. It's beginning. It's done its beginning stages. It's developed. It's kind of it's going. It's alive. Well, it's alive in anyway. But you've kind of reached that point where you've tended it in the early days. Then it's just a case of we feed and discard. But let's just crack on with this. And so 30 grams of flour, 30 grams of water. And then we're back to square, and another 24 hours, and then there we go. 30 grams of water, give it a stir. Bob's your uncle. And that's day number 6 done. Like I say, there's not a lot of work, and you don't have to stir the life out of it. You're just getting rid of any dry flour. If it's lumpy, it's lumpy. Don't think, I've got to beat the living daylights out of it to get rid of any lumps. Essentially, all it needs is the flour to be wet, and it'll eat it. It's not too fussy. We like smooth mash and everything else. That's not too fussy whether it's lumpy or not. It's gonna eat it as long as there's water there. And that's it. Lid on, and we're done. So again, if you're not seeing the rise and fall as that is, don't worry about that. As long as it's still active, as long as you can see the bubbles there, try to keep it in an environment of about 18 to 20 degrees. If it's more, it's just going to work faster. If it's colder, it's just going to take a lot longer to kind of do its thing. But that in a day, kind of, it fed off the flour and it fell back down. So come day 7, like I say, we're at the end of it. And then after that, we'll go on to it. But what we'll be looking for is really to feed it every day and discard the same amount that we feed it. So say we're going to feed it like 60 grams as 30 flour, 30 water. We'll take 60 grams out first. So we'll discard 60, add 60 in total, of course. And that's kind of where we'll go. This I'm going to put down the sink, as we talked about. You can add it to your discarded sourdough in the fridge if you're doing that and looking for a recipe to use. I'm not, but you can if you wish. Just letting you know that's an option. But that's it for today, day 6. Day 7, I'll come more fully onto the rising and falling. But as of that, we're kind of getting towards the end now of the videos, and then it's kind of up to you just to nurture it, and you'll have the tools to do it. But there you go, your starter's nearly there. Not ready for using yet, and I'll come on to that tomorrow. But we get in there. We get in there. So it takes as long as it takes. It'll tell you when it's ready. Itself, I'm not ready. That'll tell you when it's ready, and we'll have a look, and I'll give you the tools how to know that that's the case, and then it's good to start using. I'm gonna go and wash my finger because I'm holding it like I've got something wrong with it. It's covered in starter. So that's it for today. See you tomorrow. So bye for now.